Welcome back. As we get closer to the November 3rd election, at least 2 people in Nueces County will be feeling the intense pressure that comes with trying to promote a whole slate of candidates. Talking about the respective chairs of the Democratic and Republican parties, Coretta Graham for the Democrats and Jim Kalin for the Republicans. Tonight we hear from Graham, who talks one-on-one with our Joe Gajan about the role she plays during this political season.
I'm like the captain of the ship, trying to get all the pieces in place so we can move the ship forward.
What do you think?
Do you think military? You understand what the captain does?
Yeah. Do you think you have all the pieces in place, or are you still working on it?
No, we have the pieces in place. We just need to carry out our functions and, work as hard as we can in these next 57 days.
Sure. Clearly this is a deeply divided nation. I'm not sure I'm emphasizing that quite enough. But how much of the national vitriol that we have all seen do you think is making its way down here to South Texas?
Oh, it's here. I mean, we have people stealing signs and just being nasty. It's bad.
How much of that is going on?
Parts of Nueces County, huh?
How much of that is going on, the sign stealing and that sort of thing? It happens every election, of course, but are you noticing more this time?
It's happening a lot more. I don't know why, but it's happening a lot on the island.
Well, Coretta, tell me why you have become involved in politics as you have.
Just wanting to see justice, want to be a part of the solution instead of being a part of the problem. Yeah. If I can do my part in trying to influence policy and help, folks get elected who can help move this country, this county forward, then sure, that's what motivates me.
Is a Democrat always the best answer? And I'm talking conceptually here. In other words, why shouldn't voters simply choose the best possible person and not worry about the label?
Well, that may have been so 20 years ago, but in 2020,
Explain that for me.
In the White House, 45, he has basically made it very clear. He has basically corrupted the Republican Party, turning it into his own little cult that stands for white supremacy and aspects of fascism that I don't think this country needs to make it better. And we need to build it back in a way that promotes justice, fairness, equality. And so in 2020, vote Democrat.
You have a unique perspective, I think, in being a Black woman who has attained a fairly high status in local politics as party chair. You mentioned the discriminatory aspect that you think exists. Tell me if you have experienced that firsthand.
I think in my profession, as an attorney, I've experienced microaggressions. I've experienced people following me in stores. I've experienced being racial profile when I'm driving.
Do you feel there is systemic racism in this country that the rest of us really don't understand?
Yes. And I think that's why I'm such a fan of history, because you can learn a lot. If people even know the history of Corpus Christi, they understand that at one point, Blacks can only live in certain areas, Latinos can only live in certain areas. I mean, the Hector P. Garcia.
But we have come a long way since then, have we not?
We've come a long way since chattel slavery, but we still have the remnants of different systems in place because it's so ingrained in how people are treated.
Tell me why the Democrats will not move this nation simply into socialism and will destroy the ability of Americans to become wealthy.
That whole socialism is a misnomer. You try and level the playing field in a way that everybody has an opportunity to move forward, and you don't put up unnecessary discriminatory roadblocks that prevent people from being the best that they can be in this great nation.
Coretta Graham, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.